At no point in recent history have calls for Africa to industrialize been stronger than they have been lately. Across the continent, industrialization is arguably the most talked about subject among policymakers. This prompted the setting up of African Continental Free Trade Area by the African Union in March 2018 to establish a common protocol which will allow free movement of goods and services among member nations of the AU. However, Nigeria, one of the leading economic powers on the African continent, didn't sign the agreement not until 7th of July 2019. According to President Muhammadu Buhari, the delay was born out of the need to appraise its potentials and possible danger to the Nigerian economy. With a porous border system, for instance, there were fears that the agreement would open the country's seaport, airport, and other businesses to unbridled foreign interference and domination. Barely 2 months later, Nigeria announced the closure of its borders. The closure of Nigeria's land borders is contrary to the spirit and perhaps the letter of those agreements. ECOWAS protocol of the principle of free movement of goods, people and services, as well as the African Continental Free Trade Agreement signed by 55 African countries, including Nigeria.
We have also seen how fake electrical items have led to fires in homes and markets, thereby destroying lives and properties. Most of these standards and substandard and illegal items are smuggled through our land borders. After many years of diplomacy and aggressive regulatory oversight, which yielded few results, we decided to close our land borders for a limited time to assess the impact of this measure.
As we speak now, is economic emancipation, we've got political emancipation. But these developments of closing borders, shutting others from the space is quite unfortunate and probably might be motivated by initiatives outside the context of understanding the bottom line drive of industrialization. And I think we're engaging and we remain available to ensure that we propagate more advocacy.
A few analysts have argued that the treaty would impact on government revenue and social welfare, while it would erode the trading state's treasury by up to $4.1 billion annually and deepen poverty. However, the AU sees positivity in the border closure, while AfCFTA has the potential to be the world's largest free trade area.
There's a lot of smuggling going on, but closing the border is not the solution, because there are protocols that addresses that. And secondly, as I've said in several forums, that the people manning our border are Nigerians, they are customs. So we must, and we are ECOWAS. So if we are closing our border against a country that is our neighbor, our brothers and sisters from that life, because some few individuals are going against the trade law, because generally trade is about rules. So if one is breaking the rule, there are ways to go about it, not taking the ad hoc move that will not benefit anyone. As we speak now, a lot of small businesses, a lot of women are suffering because of this. A lot of genuine business owners are struggling because of this. As part of our business are closing up. So this cannot promote industrialization.
Because we have everything here. In Africa, 95% of everything you see on a car, we can produce it here. The 5% can be done somewhere else. So why are we not having a vibrant auto value chain development, so that we can use all the iron you guys have, so that we can use all the leather you guys can produce, so that we can use all the copper to make the conductors needed in these cars, so that we can use all the cobalt we have to make the best batteries for our cars. So Africa is on the rise, and this is the time. There can never be a better time. We just need to be on the same page.
The Continental Trade Agreement could unite 1.3 billion people, create a $3.4 trillion economic bloc, boost trade within the continent itself. However, for the common man, perhaps it could be an opportunity for inclusive growth and internal development of resources and human capital. African and international investors will both benefit from the agreement, as it will make it easier for businesses to expand operations across the region. This will depend on the political will of the Nigerian government to keep its part of the bargain, even with the closure of the country's land borders. Roots TV Nigeria.